What's going on, Show Nation? In today's video, we're going to talk about live series diamonds. So over on my Twitch channel, I've been streaming every night. I've been playing ranked seasons every night. Go check it out if you'd like to. But a very common question that I get is, should I keep this diamond or should I sell this diamond? And I thought I would give you a review on the ones that I would keep and the ones that I would sell based on kind of what I'm seeing in the meta of playing a bunch of ranked seasons, just kind of my experience over the past 4 or 5 years with the game, and just kind of the ones that I like. Now, you can do whatever you best see fit, and that's what I want you to do as well. But I figure, you know what? I'll share my thoughts on them if you're looking for a second opinion in this video. So let's start out in the outfield with Ronald Acuna Jr. He is one of the best cards in the game. I have the collections done and I am still starting him in center field. He is absolutely fantastic. In real life, he is going to be going up as well on the market, and I recommend that you keep Ronald Acuna Jr. if you get him. What I think you should do if you get a big card like Acuna, or if you get a big card like Mike Trout, I recommend that you keep them instead of selling them. Now, I have a video on the best team affinity cards on my channel as well. If you pick up one of these big cards, either you save up for them, you're lucky enough to get them in a pack, what have you, I would not sell either of these cards. What I would do is I would build up the team affinity cards around them, keep them on your team, and they're going to be a huge piece towards going towards the collections. Now, one of your main goals should be saving to do the collections. You're going to get amazing cards from doing the collections, and once you have the collections done, you're also going to be able to pretty much profit for the rest of the year. So be careful when picking up cards that are World Series rewards or BR rewards that don't go to the collections and they cost a lot of stubs. I'd rather get the collections done first and then focus on those type of cards later. Surround these good cards with the team affinity cards as well. So Mike Trout to me is a big time win. I would keep him obviously, and do not sell Mike Trout if you get him. Do not sell Ronald Acuna. It's just not worth it to sell these type of cards. It's worth it to keep them and go after the team affinity cards via Showdown. Now, these are the cards that I do keep on my bench. Juan Soto is fantastic. He is one of the best hitters in the game. Definitely one worth keeping. He doesn't have the speed or the fielding to put him out in the outfield, but he is definitely worth keeping right now in MLB The Show 21. Alex Bregman is probably my favorite third baseman out of the live series diamonds too. He just smashes lefties, plays above his head versus righties. Very, very good card. Very good swing. Keep Alex Bregman. Corey Seager is fantastic as well. I highly recommend you keep Corey Seager. You could play him at second base as well. One of the best swings in the game year to year. Just fantastic versus righties. He's got that short, compact swing, which is just OP in Diamond Dynasty. Love Corey Seager. Make sure you keep Corey Seager. Cody Bellinger, same thing. Can play all over the diamond. Has lots of power. Has one of the best swings in the game. Make sure you keep Cody Bellinger. Christian Yelich is another fantastic one that I recommend that you keep. He doesn't have that great a defense. You're going to have to put him in left field, but he's also a really, really good bench bat versus right-handed pitching. One of the glitchier swings in the game. I definitely recommend keeping Christian Yelich. Now, Mookie Betts is a tough one. You could either keep him or sell him. I would probably lean towards selling him just because he does not have a lot of power versus left. He's a great player with great defense, but I think this is our first one that you would sell, but I would understand if you keep his card. Aaron Judge is a fantastic card to keep right now. Has a great defense and has a ton of power, especially for early on in the game. I would keep Aaron Judge. Bryce Harper is somebody that I would keep as well. Great bat versus right-handed pitching and a great swing as well. I would keep Bryce Harper. One of the better cards in the game is Jose Ramirez. You can play him at third base or second base or possibly even first base. Switch hitter with a great swing. Keep Jose Ramirez. So we've had a lot of keeps so far. This one may surprise you. I would go with sell on Nolan Arenado. He's fantastic versus lefties, but the problem is he only has 14 speed, and so I'm not too high on a player with 14 speed, to be honest with you, unless they're like a catcher or something like that. So I would sell Nolan Arenado, but if you do hold on to him for the collections, that'd be the one reason I'd probably hold on to him. Some people play better with him than I do. Again, you can always test cards out. You can always buy cards at the lower part of things, and if you don't like them, you can always sell sell them back, so don't be afraid to try out cards. But I would sell Nolan Arenado. I would keep Freddie Freeman. I've seen so many people in my chat saying they're just blasting the ball with Freddie Freeman. He also has that secondary of third. I would keep Freddie Freeman. Fernando Tatis Jr. is a keep for me. He is the best shortstop in my opinion out of the live series cards. Tons of power versus, well, it doesn't have tons of power versus right and versus left, but it feels like he does. He has a great swing, fantastic defense, especially with the 99 arm, and fantastic speed with the 95 speed. Fernando Tatis Jr., make sure you keep this card. Manny Machado is great. I think I'd rather have Bregman. Don't ask me why. I just really rather would. I think you could possibly, I think he kind of goes into the Mookie Betts category of you could keep him if you want, but I think he's going to be a sell for me, but it's not like a hard sell. It's in that Betts category where I could see you using him, but I also could see you selling him. Anthony Rendon is great against lefties. He's got kind of a funky swing though. I suggest you try it out. For me personally, he is more of a sell, because we've only got 9 positions to possibly fill here, and we also got free team affinity cards to keep in mind. For me, Anthony Rendon is a sell. Francisco Lindor plays above his numbers every single year. I would not really recommend to play him at shortstop though. I would actually recommend to play him at third base, and let me tell you why. He only has 66 arm strength. That's going to be a factor on all the relay throws and the double plays. I would play him at third base. He always plays above his numbers. He has a great swing. I think Francisco Lindor is a keep. As long as he keeps going and has a great year IRL, I would keep Francisco Lindor. Now, I haven't used Story much this year, but I really haven't seen him through about 30 ranked seasons games. I haven't seen many people using him. To me, he's a keep though, because he's got so much contact and power versus left. Today on Inside Edge, he's actually playing up versus right. He's got a good swing. He's got 80 fielding with versatility to move to second and third base, and he also has 82 speed. I would keep Trevor Story. JT is going to be a sell for me just because his hitting stats across the board are not that good right now. Great arm behind the dish and great speed, but for me, JT Realmuto is a sell. DJ LeMahieu is going to be a sell for me as well. 81 contact versus right, 109 contact versus left. Doesn't really have a lot of power. He's okay, but for contact hitters, I like my contact hitters to have more speed. DJ is a sell. Matt Chapman to me is a sell as well. He's really fun to play with on defense over at third base. 59 speed. He really just doesn't have the hitting that you're looking for. I prefer Bregman over Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman to me is a sell. Now we've got Jose Abreu. I'm going to go with a sell on Jose Abreu as well. If we get Jose Abreu, just go ahead and sell him. Now here's where we're definitely going to get into some sells. Jacob deGrom is a big time sell to me. This is not the Jacob deGrom, if you remember from MLB The Show 20, the show's finest Jacob deGrom was fantastic. This one, unfortunately, is not. The four-seam fastball, he has a lot of control on, but it just doesn't have that outlier heat where it goes like 101, 102. The slider, the changeup, the curveball, they're kind of difficult to spot in the zone. He's kind of wild, and then your opponent or you will just sit on that fastball and drive it over the wall. Jacob deGrom is a big-time sell. I do not recommend Jacob deGrom. Sell Jacob deGrom. Here to get a lot of subs for him, or just keep him and put him in the collections, but that's pretty much what he's good for at this point in time. Garrett Cole is a lot like Jacob deGrom in that way. He's gonna get knocked around. He's way better IRL than he is in the game. Sell Garrett Cole. I'm gonna go keep on Chris Sale. His H49 is not very good, but I will go with a keep because he's so accurate with his pitches. Keep Chris Sale. He's got kind of that funky motion. He's a keep. Now this may surprise you, but Justin Verlander is actually a keep. He's got a lot of control on that 14 fastball in the slider. He's got the 12-6 in the changeup. I would keep Justin Verlander. He is one of the better diamond pitchers in the game. Keep Justin Verlander. Max Scherzer to me is going to be a sell, but barely. I would say he's right on that fringe. He's in the Mookie Betts type of territory. He's got kind of a funky release out of his hand, but I still think this is a card that you can get away selling and not have to worry about it too much. Sell Max Scherzer. Kershaw I really haven't used too much or seen at all this year. I might have to give him a shot. I always like pitching with Clayton Kershaw. I'm going to go ahead and say keep on Kershaw. He's in the Betts territory, but this is our first card in the Betts territory that I'm actually going to keep. So I'm going to say keep Clayton Kershaw. Steven Strasburg, I'm going to say sell Steven Strasburg, but again, I think he's kind of in the area of keep or sell. I'm going to say sell on him though. His primary pitch is a curveball. His slider is his last pitch. He doesn't throw particularly hard. I do like his motion, but I'm going to say sell on Steven Strasburg. I'm going to go ahead and say sell on Trevor Bauer. Again, he's not like his show's finest 2020 card from last year's game. It's a very, very muted version of Trevor Bauer. I'm going to go sell on Trevor Bauer. His overall might go up, which could make him a little bit better. But for right now, I'm going to go sell on Trevor Bauer. I'm going to go keep on Shane Bieber. I don't know what it is about Shane Bieber, but I do like to pitch with Shane Bieber quite a bit. I've used him against one of the best players on the world, one of the top 50 players, and I really enjoyed using him. I think he might get closer to sell territory as we go on, but he should go up in overall. He's been dominating so far this year, and I don't know, there's something about him that's very fun to pitch with. He has a lot of control over his pitches. He's got a pretty good pitch set as well. I'm going to go ahead and say keep Shane Bieber. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola for me just doesn't really have the pitch mix that I am looking for. I'm going to go sell Aaron Nola. Walker Buehler is kind of an interesting one. I don't think he's going to be too expensive. He's got some interesting pitches. He's got the cutter, the slider, the knuckle curve. He doesn't have the changeup. He's very close to the keep, but I would say go ahead and sell Walker Buehler. Yu Darvish fits into the same category as Trevor Bauer and Jacob deGrom, just not as good as his show's finest 2020 card. I would sell Yu Darvish. Now let's head into the bullpen. Aroldis Chapman is a must keep right now. Must keep. He is the best left-handed reliever in the game. You got to keep Aroldis Chapman. This is a must, 100%, no doubt about it. Keep this card. Josh Hader to me is not very good in MLB The Show 21. It's because he does not have an off-speed pitch. He only has a four-seam, a slider, and a two-seam. He gets knocked around. Josh Hader is a must sell. Nick Anderson, you can sell as well. The four-seam, the curveball, and the sinker just really doesn't get it done. He's not too bad. He's closer to keep than he is to like a hard sell, but I still think you can sell Nick Anderson. Devin Williams is in that Mookie Betts territory, but I'm going to lean towards keeping this card. I've seen him a lot in ranked seasons. There's something about the screwball that got reworked this year in MLB The Show 21 that we've never seen it before. And I don't know if that's because they put Fernando in the game, but the screwball is more effective. I'm going to say keep Devin Williams. We're going to go ahead and sell Liam Hendriks. Just nothing too crazy about Hendriks. He's nothing too scary coming out of the pen. We're going to go sell on Liam Hendriks so we can pick up some stubs. And finally, we have Kirby Yates, a four-seam, a splitter, and a slider. I don't have him in my bullpen. I think you could really keep or sell Kirby Yates. Honestly, I wouldn't have too much of a problem keeping him because I do like his pitch mix. But at the same time, if you want to sell him, I wouldn't have a problem with it either. And so that's how I feel about Kirby Yates. So there you have it. There are my reviews on all the live series diamonds, which ones I would keep, which ones I would sell. Don't look at the overall. Always see how the card is actually going to play in the game. Some lower cards play much better than their higher overall counterparts. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to do a video next on my favorite cards that I have used so far in Diamond Dynasty. And also we will have a guide on how to make stubs. We've got hitting tips on the channel as well, pitching tips, the best settings for MLB The Show, and we also have a team affinity review of the best team affinity cards that you can build out for free to get an awesome Diamond Dynasty team, an all diamond team with great players. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a great day and thanks for watching.